Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages of the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come through, what messages come out with these cards for you today. So we have the Two of Pentacles. You have some earth sign energy, could be dealing with Virgo, Taurus, or even Capricorn. We have the Strength card, and we do have some Leo energy with this. Could also be dealing with a Leo. We have the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, and we do have Taurus energy with this as well. So with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty serious energy. I also feel like there's a sense of being quite committed. I do feel like this does feel like a sense of being able to take things quite seriously, wanting to move things to a more serious and even committed place. I do feel like with the Hierophant, this also feels like a sense of being a little bit more traditional in the approach. I do feel like this could also be you dealing with somebody who generally has a traditional outlook when it comes to relationships, and even just the way in which they're approaching you. Do you feel like with the Two of Pentacles showing up though, this does feel like an energy of somebody who has a lot on their plates. They could be quite busy. I also feel like with this Two of Pentacles, there's almost a sense of being in a space where they're trying to juggle everything at once. So I do feel like there is a need for being able to actually have some sense of prioritizing things with you. Because I do feel like with the Two of Pentacles, this does feel like a sense of actually trying to juggle more than one thing, and it's kind of spreading this person thin. And I do feel like it could actually be throwing things off balance a little bit. But with this Two of Pentacles, this also feels like a sense that this connection may have started when it was perhaps at a time where this person wasn't looking for it, or is kind of in a place where it's almost a bit inconveniencing them work-wise, but they are trying to prioritize it and prioritize you and their feelings for you. With the Strength card showing up over here, I do feel like you have a strong connection. And I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, that it is a strong connection that can even be able to get through any challenging times. I do feel like it's going to take a lot to be able to actually throw things off of this connection, and especially to lose it. I do feel like with that Hierophant card showing up over here, there's a serious, it's like taking things quite seriously. And I do feel like that energy could be quite, it's reciprocated. And I do feel like there's a desire to be able to actually have some balance in this connection and working towards that. With the Seven of Cups though, this does feel like an energy of actually being in a space where there could be a bit of an energy that's not so grounded as far as the way in which somebody is kind of looking at things. And I do feel like the way in which the Seven of Cups does show up here, this does feel like a sense of being in a space where somebody is looking at things in a way that isn't very grounded, and also perhaps not even that practical right now. And I do feel like that's what's leading to this off-balance energy with this Two of Pentacles. There could even be some options over here, or a desire to keep one's options open. I do feel like with that Two of Pentacles, this is something this person can't keep up. And I do feel like it's also something that could be going against their values. It's something they don't want to be caught up in. So I do feel like there's a sense of needing to make a decision, and also be able to make a decision quite quickly as well. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Five of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So even with this Ten of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of having a goal. I do feel like with this Ten of Pentacles, it's also committed energy. And I do feel like there's a desire to be able to get there with you. I do feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, you could be dealing with somebody who is in a pretty busy profession. I also feel like it is also a pretty lucrative one. I do feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, this also feels like a pretty abundant, wealthy energy. I do also feel like this could also be something that's on the horizon for you when it comes to being able to actually get to a place of stability. I do feel like especially financially being able to be successful. But with the Six of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of having a difficulty when it comes to being able to move on from something. I do feel like somebody does feel pulled in many directions, but I do feel like there's a need to actually drop an option. And I do feel like that's something that's going to be needed in order to be able to make something work here. But I do feel like there could be unfinished business that needs to be addressed before being able to do so. So this person may be actually kind of trying to really balance everything out between juggling more than one option, but that's something they cannot do for very long. I do feel like with the Six of Swords, this does feel like a sense of actually being in a space of not being able to move past something. So it does seem like there is a sense of actually trying to resolve an issue, either a past issue. I also feel like with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, there could also be somebody who is quite stuck on you and having a hard time moving on from you, from your connection. There's a sense of wanting to be able to really make things go on even longer. So this King of Cups, this does feel like an energy of, I do feel like being in a space that is quite, I do feel like on an emotional level, there's a strong connection here. I do feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's older, or you could be dealing with somebody who, I do feel like you could be approaching things in a more mature way when it comes to a connection. And I do feel like there's a lot of feelings here with this King of Cups. This feels like a loving energy. And I do feel like there's a lot to this connection. There's a lot of complexities and layers to it. But with this King of Cups showing up over here, the emotional side of things is especially quite strong. But with this Five of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where somebody is being left out. So I do feel like there's a sense of actually turning one's back on a lot of options, as well as the Seven of Cups. This person could be actually trying to really weigh down, be able to make an option, be able to hone in on one thing. So I do feel like there's a sense of actually really taking their time to decide. It could actually be something that's overwhelming them, but there's a sense of actually trying to reject options in order to be able to actually focus on one. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have new love. We have retreats. And we have trust. So I do feel like with this new love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection with somebody new coming into your life. I do also feel like being able to actually work something out from the past and be able to actually have a fresh sense of actually being in a space where there's new energy. They also feel like being able to actually close a door on something that is no longer serving you. I do feel like that makes room for a new connection. And I do feel like there's new love here on the horizon, and I do feel like it is also a sense of being able to experience something that emotionally this person is also kind of stirring your emotions. I also feel like there's strong emotional investments when it comes to a new love. I do also feel like with this retreat card, this does feel like an energy of either withdrawing from a situation that no longer serves you. And do get this pertaining to Six of Swords in the reverse, this sense of being able to actually move away from something that isn't working out. And I do feel like with the Six of Swords, this feels like a sense of going around in circles, having a hard time when it comes to actually finding a sense of being able to make something work with someone. I do feel like that's something that you may be actually moving away from. There does feel like there is new energy with this new love card showing up over here. And I do feel like it could even be a stronger connection. There's a sense of being able to make peace with the past. I do feel like with this retreat card, this also feels like a sense of being open to a new beginning. I also feel like being able to experience more light-hearted times. And I do feel like there could even be a trip with this retreat card, or a trip that's going to be significant when it comes to finding a new love. Do you feel like with this trust card, this is all about being able to actually have faith in the future and what things can be? I do feel like with this trust card showing up over here, there does seem to be a lot of, I feel like there's going to be communication around being able to actually develop a place where you can actually trust this person more. There could be a sense of actually trying to have more clarity from this person, but I do feel like there's communication that Six of Swords in the reverse. And I do feel like with the trust card showing up over here, that there could be a sense of losing hope in a situation. I do feel like there's a sense of this person kind of winning back your trust or trying to win you back your trust. But with that Ten of Pentacles card showing up over here, this does feel like long-term potential. I do feel like with the new love, there is long-term potential. And I do feel like there is also very promising energy when it comes to getting to a place of being able to be in a higher level of commitment with this person, with the Hierophant card showing up here. Do you feel like there is communication on the horizon with that Six of Swords? This does feel like also communication to be able to address something from the past. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.